I used to believe my level of exhaustion was a direct measure of my success. I wore my 16-hour workdays like a badge of honor, convinced that being perpetually tired was the price of ambition. I was the king of my own little jungle, constantly fighting, hacking away at my to-do list, and I genuinely believed this was the only way to get ahead. And you know what? It worked. Kind of. I was successful, yes, but I was also burnt out, anxious, and my life had lost its joy. It was a hollow victory. Then, I discovered something that changed everything. I realized I wasn't just on the path to success. I was on the hardest, most grueling path imaginable. What if I told you there's a smoother, easier way? A superhighway running right alongside that dense, difficult jungle you're fighting through. A highway you've simply never been shown. Well, today, I'm giving you the map. Let's be honest, our world glorifies the fight. We're bombarded with stories of entrepreneurs who slept under their desks, artists who starved for their craft, and leaders who sacrificed their families and their health. We absorb these stories, and we draw a conclusion: that value is born only from suffering, that success must be paid for with our peace of mind, our time, our very essence. This belief system creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. We expect a jungle, so we live in one. We expect every day to be a battle, so we find conflict at every turn. We brace for resistance, and so resistance is what we get. It's like being stuck in a surprise traffic jam every single day, inching forward, honking your horn in frustration. You start to believe that's just how commuting works, but then you see someone else, somehow catching a string of green lights for no reason at all. Who's cruising that effortless flow? That's the highway. We've just been taught to expect the traffic jam. To really understand this, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine everyone on Earth is living inside a vast, dense jungle, and somewhere deep within this jungle lies a paradise, a place with every blessing you can possibly imagine. Incredible wealth, profound peace, deep and loving relationships, and a sense of complete fulfillment. The vast majority of people believe the only way to get to this paradise is to fight their way through the jungle. So they put on their gear and they start hacking. They climb towering, jagged mountains of challenges. They swim across raging rivers of uncertainty. They spend their days fending off the wild animals of fear and self-doubt. It's a constant struggle. Many get lost along the way. Many get hurt, and many people simply give up. Exhausted and defeated, convinced that paradise just isn't for them. The very few who actually make it through the jungle arrive at their destination scarred, bloody, and utterly drained. Their story becomes the legend we all hear. It was a brutal fight. Success is hard won. You have to sacrifice everything. They validate each other's pain because that struggle is all they ever known. It's their proof of worth. But here's the secret. The part of the story no one tells. Running through this entire jungle is a perfectly paved, 8-lane asphalt highway. It's a gentle, downhill slope with beautiful, sturdy bridges built over every single river. There are no wild animals, no thorny bushes. The handful of people who find this highway don't struggle at all. They glide. They enjoy the journey, listening to the birds, feeling the breeze on their face. They arrive at the exact same paradise, but they get there feeling energized, joyful, and deeply peaceful. They didn't work harder, they just found a better path. Now, you might be thinking, that's a nice story, but it's just a metaphor. But it's not. That highway is real. It's a state of being, a way of interacting with the universe that is based on flow, not force. The struggle through the jungle is a life of resistance. You're pushing against everything. The cruise down the highway is a life of alignment. You're working with the current of the universe, not against it. It asks the difference between trying to row a boat upstream versus letting the river carry you gently downstream. So, the million-dollar question is, how do you get off the muddy jungle path and find the on-ramp to this highway? It all starts with a simple but profound shift in how you use two of your most powerful tools: your focus and your intention. You have to stop focusing on the obstacles, on the struggle, on the fight. You have to start focusing on the destination and the feeling of already being there. I call this your inner compass, and the method I teach is the Polaris Star method. Think of Polaris, the North Star. For centuries, sailors used it to navigate vast, dark oceans. It wasn't something they had to push or pull. They didn't have to fight the star. They simply had to keep it in their sight, align their ship to it, and trust that it would guide them home. Your desire, your goal, that paradise you seek, that is your Polaris star. The jungle dweller spends all their time looking at their feet, worrying about the next thorny vine or the next snake. They're so consumed by the immediate struggle that they lose sight of where they're even going. The highway traveler keeps their eyes fixed on the horizon, on their Polaris star. They trust the path. They know that by holding their destination in mind, the way will unfold before them. This doesn't require more work, more stress, or more hustle. In fact, it requires less. It requires you to release the addiction to struggle. It requires you to stop believing that your suffering makes you worthy. Your worth is inherent. You don't have to earn it by fighting through a jungle. Let's get practical. How do you start using this today? First, get crystal clear on what your paradise looks like. Not just, I want to be rich. What does that feel like? Is it freedom? Is it security? Is it the joy of providing for your family? Feel that emotion in your body right now. That feeling is your Polaris star. Second, every single morning, before you check your phone or dive into your to-do list, take just 5 minutes. Close your eyes and align yourself with that star. Imagine you are already on the highway. Feel the ease, the flow, the joy of the journey. Don't think about the how. Don't plan your route through the jungle. Just feel the destination and trust that the highway will appear. This shift from force to flow, from jungle to highway, is the single most powerful change you can make in your life. It's not about working less. It's about aligning more. It's about understanding that the universe isn't against you. It's waiting to support you. You don't have to fight for your success. You can allow it. The jungle is a choice. The struggle is a habit. And today, you can choose differently. You can choose the highway. What if the first 10 minutes of your day could set the course for the next 24 hours? This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about intentional living. This is the first practice of the Polaris Star Method. Your daily design. This practice is your conversation with the universe. As soon as you wake up, before you check your phone, your mind is in its most receptive state. This is your moment to be the architect of your day. Step 1. Make your simple requests. You're going to ask for your day to be lubricated. Think of small things that would make it smoother. The key here is, for example, you can say, I would love for my commute to be easy and stress-free today. Other examples could be, I would love to have a wonderfully positive conversation with my partner. I'd love for inspiration to flow for that project I'm working on. Choose just 3 to 5 things. Keep them simple and positive. Step 2. Feel it as if it's already happened. This is the most critical step. Don't just think the words. Take 60 seconds for each request and feel the emotion of it being true. Feel the calm of an easy commute with green lights. Feel the relaxation in your shoulders. Feel the warmth of a positive conversation. Let that emotion fill your body. A slight smile, a feeling of relief. This feeling is the fuel. Step 3. Let it go. Once you've felt it, release it. Trust that you've placed your order for the day. You've set your GPS for the highway. Now, just start driving your day. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds a little too good to be true. And you're right. This isn't about ignoring your problems. This is about focus. Think of it this way. Your brain has a built-in filter called the reticular activating system, or RAS. It decides what you notice. Ever buy a red car and suddenly see red cars everywhere? That's your RAS. By setting these intentions, you are telling your brain's filter. Today, I want you to look for evidence of ease. Look for the green lights. Look for the positive moments. You're not creating things from thin air. You are directing your focus to see the good that already exists. And by doing so, you naturally start attracting more of it. If designing your whole day feels like too much to start, I want you to try this. The one thing challenge. Tomorrow morning, asked for one simple, tiny thing. Maybe it's, I'd love to find a great parking spot, or I'd love to hear my favorite song on the radio. Just one small thing. See what happens. This practice is the first half of the equation. It's how you get on the highway. But how do you stay on it and build momentum? That's where the second practice comes in. Something we'll call the win collector. It's how you lock in your progress and prove to your brain that this is working. And now, drop a comment below and tell me, what is the one thing you will ask for in your challenge tomorrow morning? You've learned the difference between the exhausting jungle and the effortless highway. You've started using your daily design each morning to set a powerful intention. But the real magic happens when we close the loop. How do you turn a single good day into a lifetime of flow? The answer lies in the final 10 minutes before you sleep. This is where we prove to our brain that the highway is real. This is the win collector. The evening ritual is where you gather the evidence that you are the architect of your life. Step 1. The review. Take out the list of requests you made in the morning. Let's go back to our commute example. You asked for an easy, stress-free commute. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but that one road that's usually a nightmare was completely clear. Acknowledge it. That's a win. Maybe you hit some traffic, but right when you started getting frustrated, your favorite song came on the radio and calmed you down. Acknowledge it. That's a win. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to find the evidence, no matter how small. Step 2. The reinforcement. For each win you identify, say this powerful phrase to yourself and really feel it. See? It's working. I am creating a better reality. You are giving your subconscious mind positive reinforcement. You're building an unshakable foundation of belief, proving that your focus has power. Step 3. The gratitude scan. Now, put the list away. Your final task is to find 3 to 5 new things from your day that you are grateful for. Things you didn't even ask for. The taste of your morning coffee, a moment of laughter with a friend, the comfort of your bed. Actively looking for things to be grateful for is the fastest way to shift your entire state of being. Your daily design in the morning and the win collector at night are not two separate things. They are a powerful, continuous feedback loop. The morning sends out the signal. The evening receives and acknowledges the answer. When you acknowledge the answers, even the small ones, the universe sends bigger ones tomorrow. Falling asleep in a state of gratitude marinates your mind in positive chemistry. It releases dopamine and serotonin. You wake up more optimistic, which makes your next morning's daily design session even more powerful. This loop is how you accelerate your journey down the highway. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. The jungle is a choice, and so is the highway. This Polaris star method is your steering wheel. You are no longer a passenger being thrown around by chaos. You are the driver. Commit to these. Some days will be easier than others, but slowly, your reality will begin to shift. The mountains of stress will become small hills. You will experience more flow, more synchronicities, and more joy. You now have the complete map. The highway is waiting. Thank you for joining me. If this video has helped you, please share it with one person who feels lost in the jungle. Let's help each other find the easier path.